There are two rules you need to follow if you want to write your own expert-level career change CV. And to help me explain what those two rules are, I need to tell you about my career changer friend, Claire. She left police work to start her own business baking cakes. And 2 weeks ago we meet up and she tells me about a new customer who wants her to bake a cake in the shape of Big Ben. Now that's actually not so unusual, but what was unusual was that the client asked her about what she used to do before that. They get into a long chat and she talks about her police work and how, funnily enough, there are loads of connections between having conversations with suspects and cake buying customers, asking lots of open questions, understanding context, building a relationship. The connecting skills between police work and baking could also include attention to detail, managing expectations, delivering under pressure, and more. We can call these transferable skills. And of course, there are lots of non-transferable skills too. And here's how this relates to those two career change CV tips that you need to be following. Number one, you are in charge of how you describe your previous work, so only mention transferable skills. It shows how your previous career will add value to what comes next. And number two, people aren't usually interested in what you did in your past. Most people just look forward. They want to know if you can bake the cake, e.g., can you do the job? It's normally only us career changers that get super hung up on explaining our past. And guess what? We don't need to. Now, if you keep these two things in mind, I promise you, you are 90% of the way to writing your own expert-level career change CV. The other 10% is just about writing the thing, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I'm Raj, I work as a careers consultant at the University of Cambridge. Let's dive in. My career changer friend moved from police work to baking cakes via a role as an apprentice pastry chef. She applied to a role that looked a little bit like this. We can see here that the top listed skills they want are organisation skills, multitasking, communication, and adaptability. So here's how we might go about writing a career change CV, and I promise you this is relevant for whatever career change you are thinking about. First, open your most recent CV and hit Save as New. Of course, it's going to be based on the career you're leaving, that's fine. Scoop out the description part so you're left with just the headings, and in order to explain that previous career through the transferable skills relevant to the new career, copy and paste the 3 top ranked skills from the job description directly in front of those bullet points in the same order they appear. And now, taking each by itself, ask yourself how you might have used that skill in that role. And if you did, write out one example of no greater than 2 lines in length, mentioning at least one underlying mechanic of that skill. Do this for all your past experiences like this, and feel free to pause and read through fully. You essentially want everything on your CV to show relevant value to the recruiter in the new career that you're targeting. And lastly, to test if you've done this well, I recommend color coding the top ranked skills from the job description and then shading them in where you see them in your CV. It's a killer way to see how well you're tailoring between the two careers. If the result looks like this, you've done a 10 out of 10 job, and I promise you, you have the perfect career change CV. You don't need to add anything else. You don't need a profile section at the top of your CV explaining that you're changing careers or why you did it. In fact, I recommend not doing this at all. The primacy bias in psychology means that the first bit of information someone interacts with about you has an overweight effect on how they subsequently judge you as an individual. So let them perceive you through the skills that we already know they're interested in. Be sure to save this video and come back to the guide to ensure that you're writing your career change CV in exactly the right way. And ask your questions below. I love answering and we can hang out there. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. I'll catch you next time.